and welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Nahin Tahir with our headlines. Bangladesh embassy is closely contacting Italian authority over the death of 7 Bangladeshi migrants. COVID positivity rate stands at 6.52% in Russia. Nighttime restriction on businesses starting this evening due to COVID surge. 8 women have shown success in cultivating tulip in Panchagor for the first time. The flower has the potential to be cultivated commercially, said experts. Following a surge in COVID-19 cases, the local administration in Russia imposed nighttime restrictions on businesses in the city and 9 upazilas of the district starting this evening. Russia Additional Deputy Commissioner said under the restrictions, all shops, shopping malls, recreation centers and restaurants must be closed by 8 p.m. Reports said 4 people have died from coronavirus infection and symptoms in 24 hours till this morning. The current positivity rate is 64.52%. Apart from the restriction, mobile courts will continue to operate to enforce health regulation and raise public awareness. Normal life was affected as several parts of Bangladesh reel under cold wave-like condition today. Bangladesh Meteorological Department said mild to moderate cold wave is likely to continue for 2 to 3 days more in some parts of the country. The lowest temperature of the country was recorded at 7 degrees Celsius at Rajarhat in Kurigram district and Tetulia in Panchagor district. Dhaka's minimum temperature was recorded at 12.6 degrees Celsius. BDC said weather may remain dry over the country. On the other hand, moderate to thick fog may occur over northwestern parts and light to moderate fog may occur at places elsewhere over the country during midnight to Sunday morning. Night and day temperatures may remain nearly unchanged over the country. Ilyas Kanchon and Zahid Khan were elected President and General Secretary respectively in yesterday's Film Artists Association election. The artists who participated from different panels will now take over the association duty for the year 2022 to 2024. Ilyas Kanchon bagged 191 votes while his opponent Misha Saudagar got 148 votes. Zahid Khan became the General Secretary again with 176 votes, while his competitor Nipun lost with 163 votes. Among the other posts, Monwar Hussain Dibjol and Masum Parvez Rubel were elected Vice President jointly. The film fraternity had an eventful day with the 17th edition of the Bangladesh Film Artists Association election. The election was held in a festive environment with artists who came to vote for and support their desired panel. This is the first time that tulips from Netherlands have blossomed in Tetulia of Panchagor in the north. 8 women have shown successes in cultivating tulips on an experimental basis. Experts said blooms of tulips in the climate of Panchagor has added a new horizon to the state of flowers. Dalia Nilofer has more.
A little piece of cropland in Panchagor is now abuzz with local visitors as 8 women in the area managed to harvest a full bloom of tulips here for the first time. The entrepreneurs from Dirjipara and Asarial Jot villages have shown success in cultivating tulips on 5 acres of land each on an experimental basis. People from different parts of the country are flocking to the garden every day to enjoy the beauty of tulip. Entrepreneurs said if the market demands and get good price, they will cultivate this flower on a larger scale in a new venture. Tetulia Upazila Agriculture Extension Department hopes it would be possible to earn foreign exchange by exporting the flower to foreign countries if research and weather-tolerant varieties are discovered. The Eco-Social Development Organization, with the financial support of the NGO Polikarma Sahayak Foundation, is providing comprehensive assistance to women entrepreneurs in tulip cultivation. Dalia Nulufer, SATV News Desk.
Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with your Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back, and you're watching Your Bangla City SATV News. Chinese researchers have detected a new type of coronavirus in bats in South Africa. They have claimed in their research that mutants have more potential in this new variant. NeoCOV can enter human cells just like SARS-CoV-2. The World Health Organization has said that more clarity is needed on its capability. However, this new type of coronavirus has so far been seen spreading only in animals. A new study published on BioRev's website has shown that NeoCOV and its closely related PDF-2180-CoV can infect humans. Moreover, the speed of its infection and its death rate is very high. US President Joe Biden on Friday said he plans to move troops to Eastern Europe as Russia amasses forces along the border, positioned for a possible invasion into Ukraine. Biden said this returning to joint base Andrews. The president's comment comes as the Pentagon say it has notified as many as 8,500 troops to stand by for a potential deployment. Meanwhile, Downing Street said on Friday that British Prime Minister Boris Johnson will speak to Russian President Vladimir Putin this week, urging him to step back from escalating tension over Ukraine. Reports said Johnson will reiterate the need for Russia to step back and engage diplomatically to avoid bloodshed in Europe. Thousands of flights in the United States were cancelled on Saturday. Parts of the East Coast braced for a shellacking by a powerful winter storm, packing heavy snow and high winds. Places in the Northeast, including New York and Boston, were expected to bear the burn of the far-reaching system, which is also predicted to pummel the mid-Atlantic. Some 3,400 flights were already cancelled for Saturday traveling within, into or out of United States. The governors of New York and New Jersey declared a state of emergency. The storm will produce extremely cold temperature with dangerous wind chills Saturday night into Sunday morning. Tiger King Joe Exotic was sentenced to 21 years in prison on Friday, reducing his punishment by just a year despite pleas from the former zookeeper for leniency as he begins treatment for early-stage cancer. Joseph Maldonado, also known as Joe Exotic, a former zookeeper, was sentenced in January 2020 to 22 years in prison after he was convicted of trying to hire two different men to kill Baskin. Both were featured in Netflix Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem and Madness. Baskin and her husband Howard Baskin also attended the proceeding and said she has continued to receive vile, abusive and threatening communication over the last 2 years in prison. She believed Maldonado's passage poses a serious threat to her as he has a larger group of supporters because of the popularity of the Netflix series. On the other hand, Maldonado Passage's attorney told the judge their client is suffering from stage 1 prostate cancer and also vulnerable to COVID-19, pleading the judge who sentenced him. Guardian of the Galaxies 3 will be the last time the audience will see the most favorite team. James Gunn, the director, confirmed that Guardian of the Galaxies will mark the last chapter of the heroic group. Khan indirectly informed fans that there will be more Guardians, but they won't be on his team. The viewer will not be seeing most favorite characters including Groot, Nebula, Mantis and many others wandering the universe in the Milano spaceship. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is slated for a theatrical release next year on May 5th. Khan also revealed that he is currently developing another hero spin-off series for DC's Suicide Squad, followed by Pacemaker. In 2019, the director had been fired for old tweets and later was rehired to continue as writer-director of the Guardian of the Galaxy series. The International Olympics Committee has erased the mask-wearing rule of the upcoming Beijing Winter Olympics following and allowing athletes to temporarily take off their masks during medal ceremonies. The athletes on the podium will be allowed to remove them while receiving medals. After the ceremony, they can also take photos without masks while keeping a safe distance from others. At the Tokyo Olympics last year, athletes were able to take off masks only for a photo for about 30 seconds. As was the case in Tokyo, athletes are likely to be asked to put their own medals around their neck. Fortune Barishal has beaten Khulna Tigers by 17 runs. The warrior of Mushfiqur Rahim have been failed. After losing the toss, Barishal made 141 runs in the scoreboard. The big man Chris Gale contributed 45 runs for his team. Teresa Pere and Farhad Riza both took 2 wickets for Khulna. On the other hand, Khulna lost early wickets. The batters of Khulna failed to play according to expectations. Meanwhile, Mushfiq tried to play a match-winning innings. Ultimately, he failed also. Mushfiq had to go, scoring only 40 runs. Khulna made 124 in the scoreboard. Mehdi Rana took 4 wickets for 17 and was the player of today's match. Before ending, we go through Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Bangladesh Embassy is closely contacting with Italian authority over the death of 7 Bangladeshi migrants. COVID positivity rate stands at 64.52% in Rajshahi. Nighttime restriction on businesses starting this evening due to COVID surge. 8 women have shown success in cultivating tulip in Ponchagor for the first time. The flower has the potential to be cultivated commercially, said expert. You're up to date with Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest in SATV News, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.